Hi everybody, Redneck Reloader here. Thanks for joining me today. If you hear any background noise, I'm sorry. I'm at my house today. I'm not at my usual reloading spot. And I live kind of on a main road, so there's a lot of traffic flying by. So you may pick up some. Sorry about that. I'm making this video today because my last video I mentioned my Minuteman chest rig setup. And one of you requested I make a video about that, and of course I'll be happy to, because I'm making these videos for you guys, and sometimes I kind of struggle about what subject matter I want to get into, so I really like it when you guys give me suggestions, because that makes it easier on me. So I'm going to show you my chest rig today. I'm going to knock out just a couple things first. I don't script my videos. That's pretty damn obvious if you've ever watched any of them, but I do run them through my head, talk them out, kind of estimate the time, try to work through a lot of stuff where I'm not getting off in the weeds and stuff. When I was doing this one, I found that I was way off in the weeds. This is going to be an hour long. So I'm really going to try to concentrate on just equipment. I'm not going to get into a lot of my rationale of what my thoughts are about stuff and whatnot. That would be a different video. But one thing I do want to say, whenever I show equipment, I always get comments about it. Y'all rock whatever you want to rock. I don't care. And I'm not saying this is the only equipment I have. I'm not telling you what to do. This is the equipment that I have set up for protecting this immediate area, my neighborhood, my home, helping my neighbors out. I'm not saying this is all the equipment I got. I'm not arming to go to Fallujah, okay? This is just literally a Minuteman kit. This is... Buddy calls up and says, hey, there's something going on, need you out here, I want to be out the door in 60 seconds. This is the kind of stuff I'm grabbing. I don't care if you show up with a Mosin Nagant and your daughter's Hello Kitty book bag full of ammo. If you know what you're doing and you're willing to show up, that's the battle as far as I'm concerned. So feel free to make comments. I always read them and make suggestions and whatever, but I don't need to hear I need a plate carriers and all this other stuff. That's not what this is about, okay? There's the cops. This is a Minuteman rig. So anyway, something happens quick, I'm heading out the door. This is the stuff I've got handy. First off, my head, I don't do well in cold, and I burn real easy in the summer, so I'm always wearing a cap. And 9 times out of 10, that's a patrol cap. Today happens to be Tiger Stripe. I do woodland a lot, but my cap's always either on me or really handy, so I'm going to have my cap on. It's 12 degrees outside today. So today, it's field jacket with liner. When it's a little bit warmer, I usually have a BDU shirt around. But today I've got my field jacket. Once again, Tiger Stripe. I've got the same setup, patrol cap, and field jacket with liner in woodland. Those are just my 2 favorite camouflages. So anyway, I'm going to throw on my coat, got my hat, in this pocket. I've got Tiger Striped camouflaged hood. Put this on. This is real thin. I can actually wear my patrol cap over it. Covers everything but my eyes. This pocket, camouflage gloves for my hand. These aren't Tiger Stripe, but they're hunting gloves. I have some real thin, lightweight ones in the summer that I wear. I don't necessarily like the camouflage face paint and stuff. I've got some, and I can do it. I certainly have done it many times when I was in the Army, but you sweat, it washes off and stuff. It's kind of easier just to throw this stuff on. It's easier and faster. So, walking right out the door, I have the ability to camouflage myself from the waist up. That can come in handy, depending on the situation. Doesn't do much in your front yard, but if you get out in the woods, that can be a force multiplier. You know, if you're facing multiple people, there's some real advantages to be able to conceal yourself. And so that's as far as I'm going to go with that. But that's just something I'm going to throw on. I've always got my AR handy. This is the one I usually have set out. It's a nice little carbine, 16-inch barrel, collapsible stock. It's pretty beat up. It's been spray painted. This is the very first AR I built. I use iron sights. I've tried red dots, different stuff. I've got some on different guns, but I just always go back to iron sights. That's my favorite. And just rocking a real basic jungle sling that I've put on. It's tied on with paracord on the ends, and it does the job. So this is what I'm usually going to walk out the door with. And I'm going to have this. I made this 5, 6, 7 years ago. I saw a YouTube video where a guy was showing how to make this. He was affiliated with the Israeli Defense Forces, but I don't know the guy's name. It was just a video I caught, and I liked it. I went back since then and tried to find it, and I can't find it again. I think he called this a Solivet, and I could be mistaken. That's just what's stuck in my head. Solivet, like Solivet, something along those lines. It's just two magazines taped together. These are aluminum mags, and I had my gun painted. I had the mags painted, so I just went ahead and used camouflage duct tape. But it's two mags taped together. But he was very specific about the positioning, and in between these two mags is the brass casing from a spent 5.56 round, and that works as a perfect spacer to keep this good and solid. You put that in there, you tape it around, you tape it down in between to hold the brass in place. And as I said, I haven't retaped this. I've had this at least 6 years minimum. It's been out to the range a few times. I haven't beat it to hell, but it's been used, and it's still very solid, and it works great. So when it's inserted like this, you still have full access to all the controls. Your ejection port's clear, your magazine ejects clear, forward assist, easily get to the trigger, quick and easy to switch. When you go to the other side, you still have access to all your controls. It's not in the way of your sights. It doesn't get in the way at all. And it's really quick and easy to do a quick mag change with this. So I walk out the door with this. If I don't have time to grab anything else, and I just grab this, I've got 60 problem solvers with me. And so that's a key part of my Minuteman kit, is just grabbing that. Now, got that out of the way, let's get to chest rigs. So these chest rigs that I'm talking about are Chinese made, and they've got numbers. They're types. So this one, and I'm going to bring the camera down so you can see them better. This one is a type 81, and this one is a type 63 that I've modified, and I'm going to go into more detail on that. So let me reset the camera up and bring you in closer on these so you can see them and see what I'm talking about. All right, so as I said, this is a type 81 chest rig. These are all made out of canvas, and you can see it's sort of that, it's green, but I don't know how to describe it. It's a little kind of bright, not neon green, but it's not olive drab. It's a little bit brighter than that. Very heavy material, well made. These are inexpensive. I looked yesterday on eBay, and you can still pick these up for under $20 all day long. Multiple models, multiple sellers on there selling them for $16, $17, free shipping. So they're very, very affordable. It used to mess me up a little bit with the type numbers, because I've seen these where you'll have two type 81s and they're kind of set up different. The buckles are different, the straps are different, or the different shape. And after a little research, what I found out is the type number is the magazine type. So a type 81 magazine is a standard 30-round AK magazine. So a type 81 bandolier is just a bandolier made to hold AK mags. Doesn't necessarily denote the manufacturer or the model or the style. It's just made to hold those mags. So that's why you'll see some difference. I specifically wanted to bring this one out because this is what you look like, what they look like when you get them unmodified. I have not done anything to this. I bought this one. I have some plans for it. Haven't had time to fool with it yet. So this is how they look when they come. You've got two straps crisscrossed up here, so that's for your neck and then your arms. And then you've got a long strap on each side that goes around your back. And the intention is for those to be tied behind your back to stabilize it. This Type 81 has 4 pouches for magazines and then 2 pouches on the side for grenades. And as I said, these are intended for AK magazines. And they flap down, you close the flap, and then they have these toggles. They're made out of bamboo, and you've got a loop up here, and that's how you fasten them. It's just you put the toggle through the loop. This is a good chest rig. I don't have a big issue with it, or I wouldn't have bought it. It's, as I said, Type 81. It'll hold 4 magazines. And the reason I bought it, I do not have an AK, but I have an AR that has an upper that will shoot 7.62 by 39. So the magazines for that are a little bit different. Here's a standard AR mag. The magazines for that will fit into an AR, so the upper portion is the same. They'll latch in and click in, but as you can see, they have that banana curve to them like an AK. So these pouches in here are bigger and roomier so that you can put that curved magazine in there and it fits well. And you can see it sticks up a little bit so it's easy to grab. The flap will close over it. You can latch it with the toggle. And it keeps your magazine secure. The flap keeps dirt and mud and stuff out of them, and it's pretty open. It's pretty easy to open it and to get it out. So for this is a really good application for it. I don't like this one as much for AR magazines, but you can certainly use it for AR magazines. The issues I have with the AR mags is first you're only carrying 4. And when you put an AR mag in it, where it's straight, it tends to drop down in there like that. So it fits nicely. You can close the flap and you can carry 1 mag, but it's a little roomy in there. And when you go to get it out, you have to kind of get your fingers down in there and dig in order to pull it out. So that's the only issue I really have with this for AR magazines. It will certainly work for AR mags, but you're only carrying 4 mags, and they do tend to drop down in there kind of far, and it's kind of hard to get them out sometimes. And this is a Type 81, and that's about it with it. There's not much to it. Pretty basic. Gets the job done, and that's what's important. It's inexpensive. For less than 20 bucks, you can have something that you can throw on, walk out the door, and carry 4 loaded 30-round magazines with you. Okay, this is my chest rig that I keep handy all the time. I had this for at least 5 years. I honestly don't know how long, but at least 5 years I've had this, and I've modified this one a bit, but this is a Type 63 chest rig. A Type 63 magazine is a 20-round AK magazine, and 20-round AR-15 magazines fit in this perfect. But I wanted to use it with 30-round magazines, and that's where I modified it a bit. But it's as similar as the other one. It's got the 2 cross straps, and I'll put this on in a minute and show you, but it's got the 2 cross straps for your head and your shoulders, and it's got the long straps on the back. What I did, one of the things I did different with this one is I took the long straps and put buckles on them. I just sewed a solid buckle on this side. This side's an adjustable buckle, and I keep it all the way out like this, and it makes it easier to put on, which I'll demonstrate in a minute. And the fasteners on this one is different than any one I've ever seen. And this is where I was talking about earlier. There's some differences with the different chest rigs. I've seen other Type 63s, and they aren't like this. They're like the other one at Type 81 I've got with the little bamboo toggle and the loop, and you buckle it that way. The way these fasten are, they got these stiff canvas loops and these 2 metal loops here. And I'm going to just open this one and I'll show you how one of the ways I modified this. So when you get this, you can put a 20-round AR magazine in it. A 30-round will fit in it. As you can see, this is a 30-round, and it fits and it sticks up there nice, but you can't fasten it. And the reason why is because the buckle is way down here. So it's meant to be pulled down like this when it's fastened. What I did is take the buckles and cut them loose. You can see the marks there where they used to be, and moved them up and re-sewed them. And that way I can put the 30 round mag in and the buckle will fit. And the flap still covers the top of the magazine. There's a little gap here when it's closed, like on this one you can see, but it covers the top. It'll keep out dirt and debris. The other way I've seen people do this with the ones with the toggles is put a 30 round mag, and then they take this and pull it around the side of the magazine and fasten it like that, and then that tension on the side of the magazine just holds it firm, but you can still pull it up out of there. And you can certainly do that with the ones with the toggle, but this one's a little different. The way this one works, there's a metal ring here, and there's a bigger metal ring here. And when you fold the flap over, you slide the larger ring over top of, or the over top of the smaller one, so the smaller one sticks up through it. And then you take this stiff canvas and you just stick it down through that ring, and that locks it. And it locks it very securely. But it makes it really easy to open. When you go to open, all you got to do is grab that tab and pull upwards, and it releases it, and you hold it open. So that's what I really like about this fastening system, and I've never seen this on another Chinese chest rig. And I don't know how I got it. I didn't order this specific or anything. I got this off of eBay, and I just ordered a Type 63 chest rig, and this is what came. And I'm happy that it came this way, but I've never been able to get another one because I've never seen another one like it. All the other ones I've seen have got the bamboo toggles. So if you can get lucky and get something like this, that's great. You can use the bamboo toggles and just do the same thing I did, cut them loose and move them up towards the top edge, and then you would be able to fasten them over a 30 round magazine. The main thing I like about this over that Type 81 is it holds 5 magazines instead of 4. And when you had the flap open, you've got a good 2 inches of magazine sticking up. So it's really easy to grab them and pull them out. Where that one, as I showed you, it kind of gets swallowed down inside the pocket and you have to dig a little bit to get it out. On the sides, on each side, there's grenade pouches. So what I do on this one, on this side, always on the left, closest to the heart, this is my first aid. There's a Israeli bandage in here. And actually on the other side, I've just got a tourniquet in that one. Of course, you could put a radio or map or whatever else you wanted to in there, but that's just the way I rock it. So I've got 5 magazines, so 150 rounds in this, plus my Solovet that's already in my rifle is another 60. So I've got 210 rounds in magazines walking out the door, and can be out the door in 60 seconds. So that's what I really like about this rig. I didn't like the coloring on it, that bright kind of green color. I didn't feel like it would fit in very well with foliage and stuff. So I actually did some camouflaging on this. It's very crude. I just took some cans of spray paint. So if you can see through here, I've got some olive drab and some black, and I literally just took some cans of spray paint and just kind of touched it up, toned this all down a little bit, and it's worked really well. Like I said, it's been a minimum of 5 years ago since I did this, and it's held up really well. You can see this has been beat up. It's got a little wear and tear on it, but it still works perfectly fine. I kind of overdid it with the paint on the grenade pouches, so they're really stiff because that paint has made them really stiff. But they've just formed to the size of the bandage in the tourniquet, so they work well. They fit in there nice and snug, and it works well. So let me zoom out a bit, reposition the camera, and I'll show you how this thing works. So I'm old and fat and not very flexible anymore, but I still don't have any trouble getting in and out of this chest rig. So you've got the 2 straps at the top, looped like this. Your head goes right in the middle, and then your arms go in each one. So it's pretty easy just to grab it in the middle like that and throw it over your head and throw your arm through, and it's on. and that's all that takes. Now, the straps around the back, like I said, they're meant to be tied, but I just got those clips on them, so it's easy for me to reach around and clip it, and then I grab that loose end and pull it, and that just slides and snugs it up, and then it fits well. And it's that easy to throw that on. It's lightweight and it's pretty comfortable. You have full range of motion in it. You could run in this, hit the ground. As I said, your magazines are all completely covered up, so you're not getting a bunch of dirt and debris in them if you dive and hit the ground. And if you're doing a reload quick, it's really easy to get to the mag. I take my right hand and you just grab that tab that's sticking up and pull, and it flips the whole thing open, and then you grab your magazine out. And that's it. Easy peasy. It's really easy to work with, and for less than 20 bucks. Now, like I said, I put some work in mine just to make it more usable, where I could use the straps to close it, the flaps, and put the little clip on the back so it's easier to hook it and unhook it and adjust it. But even just coming out right out of the gate, if you just need something to throw magazines in, this is pretty good. Even if you don't have the flaps pulled down, the magazines will still fit in there okay. They're not going to be retained as well, so it would be easy to flip them out. I've also seen people sew like an elastic loop over the top, just to go over top of the magazine to hold it in place, and just kind of slide the loop out of the way when you pull it up. That works fine. This is just a system that I put together for mine. If you want to do one of these, you do you, however you want to do it, and however works for you. One last thing I'm going to show you before I go. I bought these last year. It's a bandolier, and it's really cheap. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but I'll tell you how cheap it was. When I ordered it off of eBay, I thought I was ordering one, and then when I got the package, I see I was mistaken. I actually got 4, and I was buying a pack of 4, and I thought I was paying for 1, and it was inexpensive enough that I was happy with the price even at 1. So these are Army surplus. I don't know what this camouflage pattern is. It's that ugly blue. Is it OCP? I don't know what it is. It was long after I was out. But these are cheap. They're surplus. It's just this cheap little bandolier. It's got some sort of fastening system. It's got some snaps and some loops on the bottom. It's not Molly. I don't know what it is. But it is some sort of fastening system. So I guess if you had a rucksack or something with this, you could snap it to it. But I just got it for the strap. It's got an adjustable strap on it. And this will hold 6 magazines. What I've got in here now are these Korean steel 30-round magazines. These are good mags, by the way. I bought these just to try them out because they were cheap. They were about 10 bucks a piece, and they're steel, not aluminum, so they're heavy. But they work great, and they're very durable, and they're cheaper than what you can get like PMags for. So I bought 6 of them, ran them through the paces and tried them. They worked great, and I didn't know what to do with them, so I threw them in here. So I have 6 loaded magazines in here. So here's another 180 rounds in this little bandolier. I keep this hanging up underneath this. So if I'm heading out the door, I grab my chest rig, grab my rifle, and I'm out the door. I figure if it's a situation where I think, this could go bad, I might need something a little extra, I'm just going to grab this too and throw it over my shoulder, and you can head out with this, and this will give you an extra, almost doubles your ammo capacity over what you're carrying with the chest rig. It's a little awkward to carry, it's a little heavy, but you never have too much ammo, I guess, some people think. So that's what I bought that for. Ended up with 4 of them. I loaded this one with mags. I gave 1 to a friend. I still got 2 more in there in the closet I haven't decided what to do with yet. Thinking maybe load them up, put them in the car or something. But that's a pretty good little deal too. If you don't want to fool with a chest rig or something, you can get something like this pretty cheap and just carry some loaded magazines in it and throw it over your shoulder and go. But that's just some options. But I wanted to show you my chest rig, my little Minuteman setup. So if I got to go in a hurry, take care of some business, that's what I'm going to be heading out the door with. So that's it. I'm gonna wrap this one up. Really appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. And this is Redneck Reloader, and I'm out of here.